Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If key coding is a pain in the you-know-what, I finally have a solution. Alright, this is going to be a game changer. I've been really excited to do this, so let me jump into it, guys. Today, we are going to go over the IM608, which is Autel's first locksmith level key coding machine review. Alright. This is going to be great for anybody who is in the locksmith industry, anybody who's buying and selling cars, or anybody who is a mobile mechanic or that works in general auto repair shops. If key coding is a pain point that you want to solve, this presentation will be for you. All right. For those you don't know, my name is Curtis Harden, and I'm an Autel Diagnostic consultant. So what I specialize in is not only getting the client the right tool, I'll ask them questions, in-depth questions to see which tool is actually good for them. But after that, I'll manage them and make sure they'll get the results with the tool by handling the software issues, hardware issues, and the technical issues that they're going to receive. All right. So let me give you a little bit of background, guys, on how the IM608 came to life. It's actually interesting. So what I like about Autel is they do a lot of research in terms of finding the pain points in scanners, key coding machines in particular. So a lot of them deal with tokens. They're very, very costly, and they're good at one thing, but the other thing that they're bad in. And then in terms of the Autel products, the Pro, the Elite, and the BT, the key coding is quite decent. On American, Asian vehicles, you can do a lot of key coding. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I would give it like maybe a 2.5. All right. So there's a lot of people, especially who works on Europeans, that are not able to get the job done because these tools aren't able to do it. So that's when Autel went to the drawing board, and they're like, man, what if we can make a tool that has the same diagnostic special functions as our stage 2 and stage 3 devices, has a programming capability with the J2534, and level 5 locksmith key coding capability. All right, if we can just make all in one. That's what they basically did, and they came up with this company called Diag, and it came out last year sometime. I got the first unit, and it sold very well. A lot of people didn't know about it, and it did very, very well. And then a few weeks ago, when I was about to place an order, I found out that Autel actually took them under their brand and under their Autel umbrella, and they rebranded it, basically calling it the IM608, which is Autel's first locksmith level key coding machine with the OEM diagnostic capabilities. All right, so this tool is fantastic, guys. We got a new design here, level 5 out of 5 in terms of locksmith capability. We got the same software as the MS908, so you can do your VIN writing, you can do your steering angle calibrations, everything that the stage 2 and stage 3 devices can do. They just took that software and injected it in here. So you got a J2534 programmer, so you can do things like key learning, remote learning, MCU EEPROM chips, read and write. There's Ben's 3rd generation MO add key, BMW FEM BDC key learning, BMW CAS 3.2 key learning, all key loss scenarios. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this tool, and it's easy to use. And guys, don't freak out. I'm using the IM600 as an example because there's no content on the 608 right now, but it's the same tool. They just put where it says Arrow, there's going to be an Autel logo there. All right. Here are the specs. We are using the Android 4.2 KitKat. We have a really good processor, really strong battery life. You can probably get about 13 hours or so. 10-inch display. We got 2 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of onboard memory, so you can save a lot of information on the tool. got a microphone and speakers. They're not that great. I'm not gonna lie. It's not you can't really hear it in a work environment, but yeah, you got Wi-Fi on there and SD card that supports 32 gig and HDMI support with a rear 8.0 megapixel camera. All right, and here's what's inside. So first is the J2534, and this is what you're going to be using to do your diagnostics and some of your key coding. All right. Now there's two ways to hook this thing up. First, there's a main cable, which you can see there. You're going to screw one right in on the front, and the other one goes into the vehicle, and then it will automatically just pair up to your tablet. Okay. Now the other way you can do it is through the hardwired connection. And you're going to plug that in on the back of the J2534, and then on the top you'll see a USB port that you can plug it right there, and then you can also do your diagnostics that way. That way actually works a little bit, the data transfer is a bit faster, so just a tip. The next device we have is the XP400. Now this device will be used with the USB plug. There's a black one that's going to connect to the back of it, and then it goes on top of the tablet, as you can see here. And there's two USB ports. All right, and this is the component that you'll be using with most of the accessories that I'm about to jump into and explain to you guys. All right, so let me go over the accessories. So this is your main cable that you're going to be using most of the time. There's a USB cable, there's a mini USB cable. So if you want to transfer content that's saved on your tablet to your desktop, you can do that. There's your charger, two light fuses, a cigarette lighter, so just in case like your battery's about to die, you can use a cigarette lighter to charge up your unit. And then we got the APC 001 USB cable, AAC001 MED17 cable when you're doing those MCUs. And let's see, on the left here, the AD101. This will be used to read the information directly from the EEPROM. Okay, now there's several ways that we're going to be able to read the information from the EEPROM, and the first is to take the EEPROM chip and weld it onto the board, onto the the AD101. All right. The second way is you're going to take the APA001, which you can see in the guy's hand. All right, and you're just going to press it snug right onto the board. All right, and then you're going to insert the EEPROM right on top of it, as you can see there. He's going to put it right in there. It's going to be able to latch onto it, and it'll be able to give you that information. The way you assemble it, it's going to go right on top of the XP400, just like that. Okay, so that's how you use that. That's the assembly. Next we have the MCU boards. All right, so the MCU boards, there's the AP104, 105, 106, 107, 108. All right, and the gentleman, he's using the APB107, and the way this works is you're going to use this when you need to weld an MCU onto it, and you're going to use that dot to determine the correct positioning of that MCU. Okay, and once you put the MCU on there, you're going to use those pins to then weld it on, not weld it, but put it on the XP400. This next one is the AP104 ECU cable, and this is going to be used when you want to connect directly to the module. All right, so you see that there's those pins there. You're going to plug those things right in there. So you guys are like, oh, where am I going to get that information on how to connect it? Well, our scanner actually tells you where it's going to be. All right, all that information is there. It'll tell you what cable to pick and what pins to put it in. All right, so that's pretty cool. And what do we have here? Okay, so we got the APA103 EEPROM clamp, and this clamp is used to read information directly from the module itself. And the benefit of this is you don't have to remove the EEPROM chip from the board. Okay, the next one is the APA 101 signal cable, and the APA 101 and the 107 are used to read the information from the MCU and the EEPROM by connecting the XP400 with all the boards. All right, the AP 105 MCU cable is used to connect the MCU and the XP400 to read the information out without removing the MCU from the module. All right. What else? The next one we have the APA 106. Now this is used to connect the Freescale MCU module and the XP400 to read the information, and the AP 105 and 106 can also be used to connect the MCU boards with the XP400. Okay, so that's pretty much it with that. And then on the left here, the APB 102. This is going to be used for your Mercedes, for the infrared key coding. All right, so the way that works is you're going to plug that in right there, and then he's going to get a ignition module right there. You can see how he just plugs it right in to read that information, and it's going to put the information onto the XP400. Okay, so now demos. This is what you guys have been waiting to see. So I scoured our community uploads, and the first demo is a gentleman. He's going to be doing a Benz 2008, and he's going to add on a key. So let me see where he's at. It's going pretty fast. Okay, yeah, so now he's going to write the key, or he's saving the file, and he's going to look at those last digits when he saves the file, and then after he saves it, he's going to read and write the key. He's going to select that file, right? Watch this. And click it. All right, now it's telling him to put the key into the ignition. All right, now watch this. He's going to select the file, which is on the left here, because it had those digits, and then it's going to transfer that file information onto the key. Okay, now the key's programmed, and now the car will start. So this is on a Mercedes. The next video, this is a simple procedure, but
factory door code.
Yeah, he's just getting the factory door code, or actually the immobilizer pin
turn
code.
It on. Factory door code.
All right, that's through the Ford software. Now these are demonstrations from our corporate videos. So this is a Honda CR-V, all keys lost. Okay, so you can see the interface is quite the same in terms of the how it looks and stuff like that, but there's just way more key coding on here. Way more key coding. And you can see, like, it's pretty straightforward. You just have to read the instructions and stuff. I would say the hardest thing about key coding is first learning the function route, depending on, like, the vehicle you're working on. So, like, how are you going to know when you need to actually take out the the EEPROM? How do you know where to go to do that type of stuff? Like that's kind of the hardest thing, but that's something that I can help you guys with. How to set up your through the interface properly. Okay. and the screen's kind of messed up because the video that they made, it was coming forward, but you guys get the point. And I don't know, depending on what vehicles that you guys are working on, you know, some key procedures can take less than 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. It really depends, but it's really straight to the point. All right, so we got a Ford Explorer, all keys lost scenario. All right, so manual selection, USA, pick the year, smart key, keyless entry, okay, turn the ignition on and off. All right, yeah, so with Ford, they fast forwarded, but it takes 10 minutes to access their system. Yeah, I don't know if that's a security thing, but yeah. Erasing successful. So they erased it and now they're going to put on the new keys. This is game changer, guys. Game changer. Remove the key. Insert the key. Just follow the instructions. And then you're done pretty much. All right, let's go to the next one. We have a Land Rover. And this is another all keys lost scenario. Oops, let me go back. Let me go back. I think I gotta manually do it. There we go. So yeah, I'm just trying to show you guys the versatility. And you know, look, for those of you who are new to this, you're still going to need other tools because this one isn't going to do everything. It's not the Jesus tool where it's going to be able to do everything. You know, locksmith who are in the industry, they have tons of different tools that will solve certain problems and stuff like that. But I think this is a good baseline. But yeah, what I would recommend is, you know, call for a consultation. So, you know, if you work on specific vehicles, I can validate if the tool is strong on those vehicles or not. Okay, because, you know, as I said, I don't want to make it seem like this tool is going to, you know, just completely dominate. No, there's other tools out there that also have a really strong software, and they're able to, you know, cover a lot of vehicles. So, but with Autel, what I really like about them, they spend a lot of time on their engineering and their research and design. So you'll see within a couple months, there's going to be a lot of improvements to the software. It's still growing. They still have a rollout of what manufacturers are going to be focusing on. So yeah, and then yeah, let me answer some frequently asked questions. So, how much are the updates? The updates are about $1,200. What is the coverage for the immobilizers? There's about 50 manufacturers and counting. Okay, they're adding more, but there's about 50 on the platform right now. Can you do all keys lost for BMW and Benz? Yes, you can. Can I retrieve the PIN code from the skim on the Chryslers? Yes. Now on our Autel tools, the 906 BT and Maxis Pro and Elite, they can't do that. When you have to program a key on Chryslers, it's going to ask you for that PIN code. And a lot of people are stuck because, you know, if you don't know how to get that PIN code, it's no good. Once you get the PIN code, you can get in there, but our tool can do that. All right. Is there tokens involved? So recently there was an update that Autel did for the VWs. When you program the VW fourth immobilizer, all keys lost, they will give an error message that says like this function is on a pay-per-use basis. And I think it's about $10 or $20 to access that information. But Other than that, it's a regular software subscription as of right now. You register the tool, you'll get your 1 free year update, and then, you know, after it ends, you can still use the tool. You know, there's no you know, way they're gonna lock it. You know, they Autel doesn't do that. They don't lock up the tools, at least as of right now. But yeah, and then can you do ECU programming from the tablet like the Elite? No, you can't. So I asked Autel about this, and they said that if they were to add on BMW and Mercedes on there, it would really crank up the price. So they wanted to keep the price around the same price as the Elite. So unfortunately, you'll have the key coding, and you'll have the same special functions as, you know, the Elite, but you don't have the ability to do the programming for BMW and Mercedes. You would have to use that with the J2534 and buying the subscription. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying how to order, and I'm just going to give you why I think having a consultant would add value to you. So I made this chart. On the left is the knowledge base of the user yourself. Some of you guys are coming from different aspects. Some of you guys are, you know, getting into it level 1. Some of you might be level 3. Some of you might be level 4. Level 5 is like so I call that source. That's like the engineer. All right, like nobody can be level 5, you know, unless you're the Autel engineer. So what I found is the straightest way to solve a problem is getting straight to the point. Like the shortest distance between A and B, it's a straight line. Now, from what I've seen, a lot of people who don't have proper consultation, they do like this. They go in a circle because they're not getting the right information. And if you don't have a lot of time to be wasted, that's not going to serve you, you know, depending on I guess what your operation is. So usually with having a consultant, you'll get the right information because I'm connected to source, you know, and they can give me the straight answer. So I'm just going to give you guys a couple of examples of having source information. This is a client who called me up, and he told me that he had a government vehicle that's been sitting there for a couple months on his, I think they're a car dealership with some automotive repair facilities. And he was struggling to get the keys coded. So he called me up, and I went into his tablet, and we were trying to access a certain function on the tablet, but it wouldn't let us. So then I did some research, and I said, you know what? I think there's something wrong with your key. So he tested the key, and then I called him back, but he didn't get back to me. So he sent me this email. Apologies for not getting back to you earlier, but I'm happy to say that we successfully programmed 2 keys today. You were right about the batteries. Once I changed them, I went into the immobilizer section, and it suddenly showed a different option with the Jeep Cherokee section. I guess because the tool detected it, the batteries were low or something. I thought the battery low don't affect the key signal before, but I was wrong. Anyways, thank you so much for your help earlier today, Chris. Much appreciated. This is another testimonial. Let me see if I could play it for you guys.
Cut on the car, and let's just see what lights are on.
Turn it on?
Yeah.
Damn, this man erased everything. Yep, everything erased.
You want to take a picture of it?
Yeah.
Okay, click.
Put the camera on?
Yeah, hit the camera and then point it to the dash. Oh.
You see it?
Yeah.
Were you recording everything?
Yeah, I see everything. I see the two
Nothing.
gauges.
Did you make the video?
Yeah, I'm recording it now, man. I see your shoes.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Hello, everybody in the YouTube world.
All right, let me go out of here again.
This guy, hey, everybody, this guy is great. He knows what he's doing. I've taken this car to 4 different mechanics and specialists from BMW, and nobody could do it. So give this guy.
It sounds like an infomercial, guys, but that was I record all my diagnostic sessions, but you could see he was able to save a lot of time just by allowing me to consult him. This is another service that I provide, function route service. So like one of my clients was telling me how he couldn't find the way how to code the key. So when I went into his tablet, I was able to see all that information, and we weren't able to do it. So I did a data lodging, sent it to my engineer, and then they told me exactly what the problem was, and they gave me the correct function route and was able to get the key coded. So not having that information in front of you, especially with a complex tool like this, could lead to different challenges for somebody. One of them being when they launched the Arrow tool, a lot of people were disconnecting it the wrong way, and they don't know any better because like the person that they bought it from, they're not going to tell them this, and this is their correct way to do it. When you connect it the way on the left, it burns out the motherboard. All right, so there's subtle things like this that maybe I've seen that I will relay that information to my client that's going to save him a headache, so this is just a simple example. But with all that service that I can provide for you, you can pick this up for $3,800, and that includes a shipping fee and the PayPal fee included. All right, and this is how you're going to order. All you do is give me a call on the number up top, 844-210-9020, and I'm going to do an initial consultation just to make sure that this tool is right for you. A lot of the times when I consult people, that consultation actually saves them money, even if they don't buy, because they're educated and they actually know which tool is right for them. All right, this tool may not be right for certain people. All right, and then after I get your information, I'm going to submit to you the PayPal payment invoice. Then you're going to receive the tracking number within 2 or 3 days. And then once you receive the machine, it's imperative to call me up for the installation. So I'll spend a good 30 minutes with you registering the tool, walking you through it, and at that point I'll be at your disposal. That's where the relationship starts. So I hope you like this presentation, guys. I'm really looking forward to getting this in your hands, and with that, I want this phone to ring. Get consulted, guys. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Take care. Bye.